Good morning. No, it's not a scene out of Blair Witch. It's just we're getting up before sunrise, so that can only mean one thing: cars and coffee. So I'm not much of a coffee drinker, but got my Monster ready to go. That's gonna wake me up. We got about a 45-minute drive to the spot. Meeting up with Paul this morning. I'm not sure which car he's driving. If you remember, he's got the Mustang and the Stinger, so we'll see which car he brings out. But we're kind of debuting the Viper at Cars and Coffee this morning. Hopefully we'll see some other Vipers. I know Josh from previous videos with the Venom Red bugs already. What in the world? But Josh is gonna meet us up there as well. He's got the Venom Red convertible, so I'm excited to see his car and then potentially other Vipers. But let's get rolling this morning. Also, just throwing it out there, letting it be known, this is the worst place for, first of all, it's a pathetic cup holder. It's super tiny, but it's right smack dab where you're gonna be shifting. So sadly, no caffeine intake until we actually get to the meet spot. Meet spot sounds dirty. Where we're gonna be meeting up with Paul. As you can tell, we're back in the Chaos Garage. So I actually didn't get to do much filming. I really underestimated how much attention this car would gather. But I mean, the minute that I rolled in the lot, I had people surrounding the car, just wanting to talk about it, that kind of thing. So it's awkward enough just walking around with the camera in public anyway, but throw that on top of trying to meet new people and just mingle and talk cars and that kind of good stuff. But shout out to the folks that I met. That was awesome to get to talk about the car and like learn about their car, that kind of thing. So one of the guys actually has a C5 Z06, got to check it out and everything like that. So that was really cool. But then rushed home, as you can tell. I'm a huge State fan. There we go. Go Pack. They actually had a football game today, so raced home to see that. They won, but now kind of, hate to say it, but damage assessment. This was the second time we really had the car out, and when Josh and I went cruising around, I guess the roads we took or whatnot, like those, there weren't many bumps or we bottomed out a few times as far as like the fender touching the tire, but this time was really bad. If you'll take a look, it almost looks as though like there's this ring all the way around the tire. You would think that would be dirt, but the sad reality, that ain't dirt. That is where the fender is scrubbing the tire so bad. And these are like oddball fenders. So most time, situation like this, you know, you just remedy it with rolling the fender. Well, you can't do that on the Viper, and I'll show you why. As you can tell, like I said, this is not dirt. That is just where it's scraping on this fender. So it's collecting rubber up there. But like I was saying, you can't roll these fenders because they actually have screws that hold everything together. So you can't necessarily roll the fender because you got screws all the way, one here, one here, one there, one there. You can see where it's making contact with the fender because like all this is just kind of built up rubber. So we got to remedy that. And unfortunately, the only way I know to actually fix the problem is to raise the rear again. So I thought we had it dialed in. Paul and I spent like a whole day dialing it in, trying to get it right, and then got it aligned, and even had, when I went to the alignment shop, I even had them raise it just a touch more, but I don't know if she settled or what, but we're not, before I kind of had it to where we're at like a 2-finger gap, and I can't fit 2 fingers anymore. We're down to about a like 1 and a little jiggle. So I think that's our problem, is the car is settled potentially, but gotta go up because don't want to cut a tire down trying to just drive around. And it's the same, not quite as bad over here on the passenger side, but again, you can see this ring, not dirt, rubbing. So I swear we're gonna get this car to where it's actually, I can comfortably hop in it, drive it around, rip on it, and not have to worry about a single thing. But it's just one of those things, I guess. Like I said, this is the first car I've had on coilovers, so it's just a matter of, you know, we've played the game before, go up a little bit, down a little bit. I just want to find that like perfect sweet spot, because I don't want to raise the rear so much that it looks goofy, but also don't want it, you know, function over looks, I guess, in this case. But I want it to be functional, but also look good. So like I said, we're looking at that sweet spot. But yeah, had a blast today. I'm glad we got to meet up with Paul this morning. There were some gorgeous cars. I mean, I don't know if, you know, in you all's area, how big Cars and Coffee is, but I mean, it started out first times when it started getting big in Raleigh, there was maybe 500 cars. I'm not the best gauge of numbers, but if I had to bet, I would easily say it's over 2,000 at this point. I mean, it's just in a good mix too. Like, that's the thing, it's not just all American muscle or JDM. I mean, it's just a mix of everything. Euro, sport bikes, Ferraris, so the exotics, that kind of thing. So that's what I love to see. But really want to highlight, there were 2 cars that stood out to me today, and one of them was an R34 GTR, Midnight Purple 3. And I forgot I'd actually seen this car back at VIR at Hyperfest, but just seeing it in the wild kind of deal out here in Raleigh was kind of cool. But I got to like study it a little more up close, and that car is just beautiful. Probably unpopular opinion, but I actually think I like the R32s better than the R34s, but I don't know. They're both gorgeous cars. And then there was the Fast and Furious one, like the Eclipse replica. That was really well done. I mean, like down to the body kit, the wheels, everything. Like it was spot on. So that was really cool to see. But we had a great time. I apologize the video was so short. Like I said, I just didn't want to, it's awkward walking around with a camera when you're meeting new people, that kind of thing. So, but hopefully you enjoyed. If you haven't already, subscribe to the channel, and we'll catch you in the next one.